Hello everyone, this is Kit, and today we are going to talk about the most competitive design exam of our nation. Yes, that is not UC, that is not NID, that is actually NIFT. Over around 40,000 people give it every single year. It also has the most number of seats in any other design colleges. NIFT, particularly in fashion, ranks among the highest design colleges in not just like obviously the nation, it's the highest in nation, but in the whole damn world. According to CEO World, it ranks 14th in the whole world. So, how do one get about it? So, this video is going to tell you about everything that you need to know to get into NIFT. So, let's talk about the college itself a little. The first center of NIFT was opened back in 1986 in New Delhi. Soon after joined, I think, Chennai, Mumbai, Gandhinagar, and Bhopal, and the latest of all of them being Varanasi. In total, there are 19 campuses pan India. What these centers offer is like a variety of design courses in BDES itself. There is FC, there's FD, there's FI, there's AD, there's TD, there's LD, and there's BF Full form of them being this accessory design, fashion communication, the most wanted one, fashion design, the most like famous one, FI, which is fashion interior, it is the newest one, and is only available in one center. We'll talk about that too. There's KD, that is knitwear design. There's LD, that is leather design. There's TD, that is textile design. And then at last, you all know BF If you guys want any other series or like a particular video on these, we can do that too. So combined of all these departments and all the NIFT campuses, there are about 4,800 seats for aspirants every single year. So how does one get into NIFT? Let's talk about the examination itself. There are two types of examination. First of all, one for BF Tech and one for BDES. BF Tech, like the Bachelor of Fashion Technology, the other, and all the other opt through BDES wala only, which we'll be focusing more on today. So in BDES, there are two rounds. The first round consists of two parts, which is GAT part and the CAT part. GAT part, let's talk about that. GAT part, General Ability Test. In this, you have around 100 questions worth 100 marks and divided into four sections. The first section being English, Communication, and Comprehension, which is worth the most among all of them, which is of 40%, just 40 questions, 40 marks. Then comes your maths, which are quantitative aptitude, which is around 20 questions. Then verbal, non-verbal reasoning, which is about 15 questions. And then there is GK, which is about 20 questions, which was increased last year only. So damn. And most of the times it becomes the kingmaker in the results. So this is your round one ka part one. GAT part happens before the CAT part, and you get a break of 2.5 hours before giving the CAT part. So there are also students who also opt for BF Tech plus BDES. What happens with them? They will give first GAT, they'll get half or 1 hour additional to give 50 or so more questions for BF Tech. So when they want to give it combined, they can do that. So if you just opted for BF Tech, you just have to do the part one of the examination, which is the GAT part. If you opt for both, you'll have to do both. So after the 2.5 or 2 hour break, I have to attempt the part two of the examination of round one, which is the CAT part, which is Creative Ability Test. If we see the trend in the examination throughout abhi tak, they only ask 3 questions in it. They might ask 4, but till now, by like going through all the PYQs, we only see 3. It's a very vast, vague-ish syllabus. They ask you from human anatomy to design aptitude to color theory and like everything under the sun, but it's not as that difficult. You do get a lot of time. For those usually 3 questions, you get 3 hours. In GAT, you get 2 hours. So in combined, the first round is of like 5 hours. And if you opted for BF Tech plus BDES, that will be around 5.5 to 6 hours, I guess. So it is a long examination. Then comes your round two. It is called situation test or situation round. And that is worth of 20 marks. What is the actual weightage of all 3 of these? The GAT part is of 30%. The CAT part is of 50%. And the situation round is worth 20%. So let's see एक बार अच्छे से. 100 question comes in GAT part. Let's assume you scored 17. Those 70 will be converted into 30% of it, which is 21. And CAT part is worth 100 marks. Let's assume you scored really well and you scored 80 marks. Those 80 marks will be converted into 40. Let's assume you scored 16 in your situation round. So 21 plus 40 plus 16. 20 plus 40, 60, 61, 61, 71, 71, 77. Hey, congratulations, you scored really well. So this is how the weightage of the examination is. Similar for BF Tech, it is a little different, but all of this will be available to you in the NIFT prospectus. test, which will be released in like next 2-3 months. Or you can also check out previous year ones. It won't be changed much. If there will be any changes, we will for sure update you. So now when you know about the examination itself, let's talk a little about the timeline of it all. NIFT start registering or like filling out the forms around last week of November, and it goes up till like the first week of January. They do extend usually it a little by a week or so, but don't wait up for it because there's a hefty late fine fee, and that's usually around 4 to 5 thousand. And you can expect your admit cards to be released in third or fourth week of January, and your examination itself will happen most probably in the first or in the second week of Feb. This year it happened on 9th of February, and the previous year it happened on I think 4th or 5th of Feb, if I'm not wrong. You can expect the results to be out by the end of March. This year they made it a little blunder. NT, I'm looking at you. They released the results for round one by the end of April. So what happens is like you get like 1 month period to prepare for round two. So usually it happens by the end of April or in the beginning of May. But because they released the results in April late itself, so the round two happened in 8th June it was. So but if you talk usually it will be happening in the last week of April or the first week of May, and you will get your results before June, and your counseling will begin in June actually. In NIFT round counseling, what will happen, there'll be 5 to 7-ish rounds. If you're not aware of counseling rounds or seat allocation rounds, what happens is you put your preferences of like all the colleges and all the departments. It's sort of complicated with them because you have to choose your departments before going into the college. So what happens is you choose your preference of center and the department. Let's assume your focus is more going to NIFT Delhi than the department. So you'll choose NIFT, maybe fashion communication, NIFT FD, NIFT TD, NIFT LD or something. And then you're like, oh, then might be Mumbai. Or you can go to the route with you want FC, doesn't matter the center. So you might start with NIFT Mumbai FC, NIFT Delhi FC, NIFT Bangalore FC, NIFT Gandhinagar FC, and then move on. And then, like again, as I said, there are 19 center and then 7 to 8 departments each. Sort can be a little complicated. You are assigned obviously on your rank and obviously any category rank. If that's the situation, we'll put like some resources in the drop box or like the I button for you to see NIFT website, and we'll also put up something about what departments each college has. Now, when we have talked about the examination and the timeline and all, let's talk a little about the fee structure of the college itself. Previous year, the first semester fee was around 1,83,200, and this includes like all of it, like one-time fees and library fees and medical and semester one tuition and all of that. Except that there will obviously be the miscellaneous fee and the fee for not fee but like the money that you have to put around aside for your college expenses or project wall expenses for NIFT, because it's design, it gets expensive. You need to get, especially if you're in FD or like TD and like it's design only, so you'll have to buy a lot of fabrics, and that all might cost a lot. You are looking at a budget of around 18 to 20 to 24 lakhs in about 4 years. Obviously, it's a lot for a lot of people. So NIFT does provide a scholarship. The scholarship is called Sarthak Scholarship. There's some conditions that you need to fulfill for it. I think like it's around, if your family income is below 5 or 4 lakh, you get a particular percent, then 3 car different to 1 car different. And this only applies to your tuition fee and like all, not the hostel or the mess wala fee. We have talked to some students and like seen some reviews online. So it's like if you are like actually genuinely in need, they do help. It's not as difficult to get in. If you want a separate video on this, like what all documents you need, what the process is like and all, so we'll make that for you too. So but some condition is like you should not have taken any loan for it, and you should not be on any other scholarships to apply for it. Keep that in mind. In the last part of the video, we'll be talking a little about the seat matrix and the cutoff, because obviously you people are interested in that, aren't you? So cutoffs usually change throughout the years, obviously, because like the difficult, it depends, very much depends on the difficulty of the examination. But I know if someone like a senior gave this answer to me when I was looking for the answer, I wouldn't like, "Chup, answer bata do." So I'll give you a baseline ki, okay, you should aim this high to get a good rank. That would be key. Like this year, GAT was quite easy, I felt. So you should aim for like around 80, 85 plus easily. In CAT, you go for, I think it stays similar. Like the checking criteria must not change that much. Well, what we know. So aiming for, again, it's maybe 80 plus won't be that bad. That's a good aim to have. And in situation test is usually the kingmaker or something like rank push or something, because usually people who do prepare well for it get good marks in it. Like I know people who have scored like 18 or 19 in situation test who did not do that great in the round one, so their rank was pushed by a lot. By that I mean ki I'll tell you, the previous year when I gave NIFT, my score was 56 something overall, not good, and my rank was 1600 something. And my friend, she scored around 59 something, 59, 58 something, like just 2 or 3 marks are different, and her rank was 1200, 1100 something. So just with 2 3 marks ka difference, your rank differs from like what, like 5 to 600. So yeah, please don't take any of the rounds like lightly, or any of the parts lightly. Please prepare for each and every subject अच्छे से, because they hold their own worth. And if you talk about the seat matrix, we'll link down the seat matrix PDFs which NIFT itself provides for the past years. You can check it. They do quite vary a little every year. Like you can find of each department and each college, and through even your category ranks and all that. Just one more thing, NIFT aspirants going to give the exam 2026. Divergent is launching a new batch for NIFT, and we'll be having mentors from top NIFT campuses who have scored great ranks in NIFT, and this or previous year only. So they know how to crack it, and they can tell you how to crack it too. Obviously, we'll be having free sessions, so you can actually know or get the feel of how we teach, how we make you learn, and how you will actually score great in it. So see you there.